Yeah, hi, James. Obviously, this offensive line is under quite a bit of scrutiny with 4 or 5 of your compadres from last year going. Now that camp going on, now that camp is wrapped up, just what kind of group you got? What can we expect to see from you guys this year?
Yeah, well, I mean, like you said, we had a few guys leave, and they're playing pretty well in the preseason right now, as I've been hearing, and I love watching them on TV. It's a good time. Those guys are doing good. But we got we're trying to fill some spots and get a group of five that's ready to go, and I think we've over camp we've found a bunch of guys and got a little bit more depth and have kind of developed into a good unit, and I think there's still some competitions along the way. I really everywhere, but I think guys are competing and getting better and excited for us to keep going. I mean, we have 10 days to the first game, so we're pumped about it.
How are you guys gelling with Coach Funk, the new O line coach?
Really good, Coach Funk. He's really smart. He knows his stuff, and he's doing a great job teaching us. And so, he's come in and he's done a really good job leading our room and helping us, get better at our crafts. And I think he's been accepted really well by the guys, and he's doing a great job so far. So just looking forward to getting into, the rest of these practices here before game start, and then game planning with them and getting things started.
Hey, Jake, go ahead.
Yeah, James, I wanted to ask you about the Barrington brothers. You've been playing with Clark for the majority of the past 2 seasons, but I guess my question is more about Campbell. What kind of player is he as compared to Clark?
As compared to Clark,
Sure.
they're both really similar. Those guys play really hard. They're a little nasty. They like to get after it, and they just have a great time doing it. I think Campbell, so far this camp, Campbell has been playing pretty well, coming in because he was with us during spring ball. So from spring ball to fall camp, he's made massive strides at both knowing the playbook and different techniques and what we do as an offense. And so he's really growing in the system. I think he's doing really well, and it's fun to have those two on the line, man. They're good dudes.
Kind of building off that a little bit, in your opinion, how difficult is it for a young player, let's say like in Campbell's case, or let's say one of the other freshmen on this offensive line or sophomore, to come in, learn this system, and be able to step in and play right away? Does that make sense?
Credit to the coaches. They have made it super easy to learn our offense. It's not anything out of this world or crazy. We do what we do, and we try our best to play really fast and play really hard. So the coaches have done a great job at making it simple and easy to learn for these new guys coming in, just scheme wise, and then the techniques, just depending on how far you are technique wise and how much effort you put into it. Then it's the player, and their effort to getting caught up and up to speed to play at this level. So guys like Campbell, guys like Connor Pay, the guys like that, they really excel because they work their butts off and they learn everything they can, and the coaches make it really easy to learn. So
Okay, Dana, go ahead.
Hey James, you mentioned 10 days out now. Has the countdown started in your mind, and how sick are you of practice and ready to hit another team, and how ready are you for week one?
Oh, we're excited, man. We've started looking at it a little bit, and we're because most of fall camp, you start fall camp just focusing on yourself, trying to get better, trying to get your stuff dialed in before you worry about somebody else. And so now we've kind of a few times we've looked forward a little bit, got some things rolling, and we're excited about it. It's football's fun, and we're having a good time preparing, and we're excited to keep preparing as we go from for the whole rest of the season.
Sean, go ahead.
James, moving back a little bit to the offensive line and talking about kind of some of the other guys and a lot of young guys on that O line. We usually in the media we think of experience on the O line in terms of starts.
And I think you have the bulk of the returning starts on that O-line, but there seems to be a lot of experience, like outside experience, maybe non-starters and rotating in and that kind of thing. Does that experience translate, as a guy who's been through both, does that experience kind of translate when you're moving up to starter level, I guess, to where it's not really as big of a jump as maybe some other positions?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, each rep makes you better, if you take advantage of it. And we've had a lot of guys who've gotten a lot of game reps, have played in big games, a bunch of guys with starts. And so that certainly does help when you look at it because, you've been there before and you've kind of been in those moments where, you have to get your job done and everybody's counting on you. So, yeah, I guess it carries over. For sure. I mean, the experience helps, but you can also have, young guys step in and just get caught up really quick to, the speed of the game and how everything's going regardless of starts and whatnot, So competition is really important, making sure everybody is working hard and pushing each other. That's super important. And I'm glad we have a bunch of guys with some game experience.
Okay, Bryce and then Greg.
So, James, being in the middle of a quarterback battle and kind of three different styles of quarterback, does the mentality on the offensive line change depending on who's behind you at quarterback?
Nope. Half the time we don't even know. So, not until we're watching film, and those guys are playing really well right now, and we're excited about any one of them. But it doesn't change anything for us. We still got to get the job done no matter what we're doing, and got to give anybody time to throw, got to make some running lanes for whoever's in there. And so that's our job, and it doesn't change.
So when there is finally a quarterback named, will it change at all, like with the way that you prepare for a game?
Nope. It'll be the same going forward. We'll keep attacking it just like we have been, and whoever's in there, we'll have all the confidence in the world in them, and we'll just go get the job done.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Bryce.
Hey, James, you had a front row seat last season when this offense was really humming along. Have there been moments in camp where you felt the same kind of click or rhythm, like we're back to not exactly what you were, but the same kind of feel?
Yeah, I'd say, just every day I feel like we've come out with, the mentality to get a little bit better and to keep grinding and keep moving along and put things together. And there's moments where, we're like everything's clicking, and then there's moments where, we have to figure something out, and then we figure it out later in practice, and now we're good again. You know what I mean? So every day in practice we've come to work with that mentality of getting better, and I feel like, everybody's on the same page, and we're doing good right now, but we're not where we need to be yet. And I think everybody's excited about keep taking steps forward towards that goal as we keep working.
Thank you, James.
Okay, last secret. Well, Jacob and then Jake.
Yeah, James, you've been listed to a lot of preseason watch lists coming into this season. What kind of sense of personal accomplishment do you feel when you see those, if any?
It's always humbling to be, I guess, on a watch list, or to just even have your name in the hat for a cool award. So that's cool. But obviously, it's a watch list and they're fun, but the most fun is winning football games. So, and I think, because we've had our media team does a good job at shouting everybody out that's, on a watch list or something. But I think, everybody has the mentality of, that's fun, but let's go win some football games. So.
James, pretty simple question here, but how different in terms of communication is Aaron Roderick now as the OC than he was maybe previously as the passing game coordinator working alongside Coach Grimes?
One more time. Give me that question one more time.
Okay.
Sorry.
So is Aaron Roderick any different in terms of how he communicates with you guys now as the offensive coordinator than he was maybe a year ago or previously as the passing game coordinator working alongside Coach Grimes?
A-Rod, even last year, he's always had a huge hand in the offense, and he's communicated really well with all position groups. And so I think he probably has a little bit more elevated a role and responsibility in terms of communication, but he's done a great job at being super clear with everybody and, making sure, trying to get everybody on the same page, making sure we all have the same expectations. And so I think he's done a great job throughout camp so far, done a great job throughout, since the change was made. He's been great. And so we're excited to keep working with him as the season goes on. And, I think he's doing an awesome job at, leading the offense. So hopefully we can, keep it up and keep things rolling.
Any last questions for James? All right, you're good to go.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Take care.
Thank you.